Hi, it's me, Vamp, and today we are looking at the Scourge. It is another throwing weapon. Um, you know, well, first of all, before we get in, okay, well, we will get into it. Critical chance on its main is only 2%. Multiplier, I don't know why the multiplier is 1.5 when it's only a 2% critical chance. That seems kind of odd to me, but whatever. Fire rate is 2.6, not bad. Of course, alarming. Reload could be better, could be worse. Status, okay, so it's a status weapon. We should have known because its main, if not only damage type, is corrosive damage. So it does innate corrosive damage. That's what it does. It's a corrosive weapon. So that means, well, we will compare it to another throwing weapon in a moment. We will do the throw, because all the throwing weapons can be thrown. That's kind of in the name. So yeah, anyway, accuracy for throwing is only 16.7 compared to 100% charge rate. 0.50, that's actually very understandable. Critical chance, so it had double critical chance as, the 2.0, but 4.0 still isn't a whole lot, so, but it's not really much of a crit weapon. Now, hit the kicker. Yes, the magazine is 20 for throwing the fire rate 1, you'd expect all that. Reload, you'd expect that. Status weapon, and the throwing is a charge, of course. Now, here's the kicker, which I mentioned there was a kicker earlier. And that is that when you throw it, it actually has an impact puncher slash in addition to its corrosive. So it's an impact based weapon when you throw it. That should have been known, but before we go any further, we should compare it to, where is that? That's another throwing, well, technically there's two other throwing weapons, but I I would compare it to the Ferra, but the Ferra isn't exactly a status weapon, much like whatever. See, it does impact puncher and slash at the get-go. So we're going to compare it to the Javlock, which the Javlock is actually a status weapon, just like it. Just, in my opinion, just weapon might be better than the Javlock. Let's see. The Javlock has better critical chance. Oddly enough, a lot better critical stuff, but less magazine in the regular gun. But this weapon had better status. The Javlock comes with a good amount of heat from the get-go, 235, whereas this only comes with 60 corrosive. But corrosive is a 2-stat thing, whereas heat, 2 element thing, whereas heat is just 1 element. When you throw it, of course, critical chance is higher in it as well. The heat becomes 300. Let's see. Whereas the corrosive is still only 50 on here. This has better impact because it's an impact weapon. Actually, it has a lot better impact than the Javelin. 455 compared to 45. Puncher, it's very close, but the Scourge wins by a little bit. And Slash, 122.5230. So, I think that Scourge is altogether a better weapon. Let's look at its polarities and stuff. It has, let's see, 2 polarities, a dash polarity and a V polarity from the get-go. A V polarity would probably be good for something like your basic duration. And the slide, the dash would be good for something like, I know it doesn't affect the first part, but if you want it to be more of a throwing weapon, it affects the second part quite a bit. See? It moved it all the way up there, and since it is a corrosive by default, you could either add another element to it, or you could just whatever. See, the toxin benefits both, in case you wonder. See, actually, wait, hold on, let me see. Toxin. We could power up the corrosive, or we could just add another element altogether. That's probably the one good thing about this weapon being the way it is. We could just corrosive viral. You don't get to use that much, do you? Well, on this weapon you can. Let's see how much it is. Okay, so apparently it is by itself, it's going to be a total of 240 plat. Now if you buy it with the hero collection, you get hero, the helmet, the Scourge, the Neo, the Sandana, and you get affinity booster and credit booster for 3 days for 675. Or you can go to the Tenno Lab and in the dojo and research it for your own research purposes, which that's fine and dandy. I honestly would recommend picking this up just for the fact that you can have both elements. I know that's a silly reason, but I like corrosive viral quite a bit. It's a very good combination, I think. Very good. Then even if this goes here, it will. Okay, I see you, game. I see you. And with that, I'll catch you guys in the next video. This was my first look of the Scourge. Stay tuned to the channel in the future. I should have a review about it, about what I think while playing it and whatnot, which I think it's going to be a fun play. I really do. So, yeah. Later.